Good morning and welcome to today's top 10 stars from TheMatrix newspapers. Monday morning, the 3rd of November 2025. I am Esther Ajay from our lead story on page 2. In a high-stakes diplomatic move, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is set to meet with his US counterpart, President Donald Trump, following Trump's recent threat of military action in Nigeria over the alleged persecution of Christians. Says Nigeria is a sovereign state, any US action requires engagement and consent. Kwakwanso says the United States should support, not threaten or polarize Nigeria further. Tinubu well ahead of orchestrated game unfolding in the United States, says Onanuga. Over to page 3. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project SERAP has taken legal action against Senate President Godswill Akpabio and Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas, accusing them of failing to investigate explosive allegations that lawmakers pay up to 3 million naira to sponsor bills, motions and petitions in the National Assembly. Says prosecution of suspected perpetrators would improve transparency and accountability in the National Assembly. Reading further, Zenith Bank plc has released its unaudited financial results for the 9 months ended 30th September 2025, with a remarkable 16% year-on-year growth in gross earnings from 2.9 trillion naira recorded in the third quarter of 2024 to 3.4 trillion naira in the third quarter of 2025. In a strategic move to stabilize global oil market prices, the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries and its allies have announced a halt to planned oil output increases during the first quarter of 2026, citing a seasonal slowdown in demand and market uncertainty. A tragedy of monumental proportions was averted after the Warri Itakpe train derailed in the Agbo area of Delta State. From the political sector, former Ekiti State Governor Ayodele Fayose has issued a scathing indictment of the People's Democratic Party, declaring it reasonably gone into extinction and accusing suspended the national chairman Umaru Damagam of leading efforts to bury the once dominant opposition party. The Comptroller General of Customs Adewale Adeniyi has led a delegation from the Nigeria Customs Service to the Netherlands for a 2-day bilateral working visit aimed at strengthening cooperation on trade facilitation, port efficiency and board management between the two countries. The Federal Ministry of Education (FME) has announced the commencement of disbursement under the Tertiary Institution Staff Support Fund, the landmark initiative of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu Renewed Hope agenda designed to strengthen staff welfare and institutional productivity and innovation across Nigeria's tertiary education system. Over to page 24 for entertainment news. The management of Nigeria content creator Amadou Elizabeth and Aminata, popularly known as Jarvis or Jadrolita, has demanded an immediate retraction and public apology from a boyfriend and fellow influencer Amzat Habib Adelaja, popularly known as Pella, over money laundering claims made during a live social media session. And on page 25 for sports news, Erling Haaland was back on the score sheet with 2 goals to help Manchester City return to winning ways in the Premier League and leapfrog Bournemouth in second place. And that will be all for now. You can read up the rest of the news from TheMatrix newspapers and stay with us as we bring you more updates from TheMatrix News. I am Esther Ajayi. Do have a great week.